Okay, so what you're saying, people, welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future, because it will really help out the channel, and make sure you don't miss out on anything along the way. Hope everyone is doing well this Monday morning. Good morning, William. Welcome to the stream. Sculpey, as always, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Welcome. So yeah, it's been an interesting start to the week. It was a bit slow, but dollar has seen a lot of strength this morning. If we quickly have a look at the DXY, you can see we are pushing pretty strong with that 4-hour close, and I'm anticipating more of the same going into the rest of the week. If you haven't watched my weekly analysis, go take a look, but I'm looking at prices around here. We could push into that area if we can see it. There we go. Around 104,800. I also mentioned some areas up here as well. I'm basically looking for areas where the market can take that next dive. But for now, looking for some upside. And yeah, it's a very strong candle close, and we can see that across the board on the dollar crosses. Euro USD, strong candle down. Pound USD, strong candle down. Again, I think euro and pound have been a little bit weaker. Aussie's a little bit bearish right now, but nothing compared to euro and pound. New Zealand dollar, same kind of thing there as well. Dollar CAD, also seeing some upside, but nothing too crazy. So, yeah, going forward with pound USD, I'm still looking to long. I did take a long on this one last week, which ended up break even. What's up, Joel? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Good to hear. Good to hear. Sculpey, good to hear. So, yeah, pound USD did take a long last week, but I'm looking to get back involved and take another long position as this does come further down. I am more and more interested because you had a lovely move here, and I'm still looking at this bearish move as the correction of that. If we zoom out a little bit, we've got impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Looking for another correction, another impulse to the upside, or at least another swing to the upside. It may not be an impulsive one, but that is what I'm looking at. So as we do approach some of these prices here, I'm looking for some buy setups at the moment. Pound USD is looking exceptionally bearish, so I have to be very, very careful there. I mean, there is no kind of entry signal for me there anyway. So I'll be staying on the market for now, but I must admit pound USD is in some interesting areas where I would definitely look to start picking up some positions if I do see the necessary entry triggers. But yeah, I'm looking for longs and pound. Not really interested in euro. On the weekly analysis, I said I do think euro is likely going to drop this week. I've talked about some areas around here, around the 0.618 of the fib from the swing low to the swing high. We've got the 0.618 kind of bang on that area. So I've talked about some more downside for euro, and I do think we'll most likely see that. The way price is moving is not well. We had a really nice kind of corrective move here. We were speaking a lot on this last week, but that just looks like a correction of this move here. So the likelihood is we're going to see an impulse to the downside, which is kind of what we're seeing now. So I do think euro will keep falling. Maybe pound keeps falling too. I'll keep an eye on it, but pound looks good for buys. Euro, it's a little bit more complicated. And again, if I zoom out to the daily chart as well, price action is very complicated than this one. So I'm taking all the setups I see in euro with a pinch of salt, if I see any, for that matter as well. But yeah, I do think we can have a deeper pullback and possibly form another higher low closer to these lows here. So one over there, second over there, maybe we form a third, and then we push up. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for euro, which makes sense, of course, with my DXY bias as well. Looking for some upside and maybe form another lower high to push back down. We've got a lovely one over there, second over there, maybe a third up there somewhere. Let me get the fib so you can see where the 0.618 lies. Yeah, 0.618 lies pretty much right bang at that level, which I just drew previously. So maybe we could push up into that area around 105 and then see some downside. So that's kind of where I'm at with dollar anyway, expecting more upside. And then maybe later in the week, towards the end, we can speak about sells. We do have NFP this week as well, so that should be interesting, as it often is. But yeah, for DXY, I do think more upside is likely. Stream's very quiet this morning. What is going on with the sounds? Anyone else having sound issues? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if it's better or not. Joji, is that nope as in it's not better or nope as in no issues? Okay, William, no issues. It's Monday. Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Sculpey, let me know if it's still bad. I mean, I don't know if there's much I can do, to be honest, but I mean, I have tweaked it a little bit, so I don't know if that's improved it. Anyway, Dark Sean, good morning. Hope you're well. Pound CAD, yes, we'll take a look. Entry, okay, you're in Pound CAD from Friday. Entry 1.778. We'll take a look. No issues. Okay, nice. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so Pound CAD. Yes, so Pound CAD. It's again, we've talked about this one last week. It's in an area where we do expect to see some downside. Not only is the market really stretched and it's likely for a pullback, but we've come into some big levels on the higher time frames, particularly the weekly, monthly chart. If I actually go to the weekly, you might see a little bit better. Maybe monthly might be better. But generally speaking, this area here, you can see the rejection we've had around here, around 1.78. Probably better if I just use a zone for it. Just kind of capture all those wicks, bar this area here. But that's kind of like a big fake out. But besides from that, you can see a lot of rejection at this price point. And if we drag this across, you can see that's exactly where we are right now. So not only have we hit a big level of resistance on the higher time frames, weekly, monthly charts, so it's a big level. We've been respecting this since 2017. We're also a little bit stretched as well. So the likelihood of a pullback is pretty high for Pound CAD. So I do expect to see some downside. Now, of course, the trend is still up. We could still break through. Nothing's 100%. But again, if you're looking for buys or you're looking for a swing, this is not the best place to be looking for that. So dropping back to the 4 hour, I did say I like the fact that we are struggling at the highs a little bit. So you can see here, market created the high, pullback, came to the highs again, struggled, and now we're seeing some momentum. So what I'll be looking for Pound CAD is if we can commit to the downside, that would be very nice indeed. Perhaps a retest, and then we can look for some shorts, maybe a push back to the low here, because that's to the high there, because that's our previous swing high in the market. So that would probably be the first big area of interest, I would say, for Pound CAD. Because again, like I said, the trend may continue, so that's not a bad place for buyers to be looking to get back into the market. But for now, definitely bearish territory, so sells are the best bet. If you're looking for buys, hold off, wait for the market to come down. If you're looking for sells, we're in a nice area for that. Darker Sean, you said your entry is 778, so that's around here-ish. So yeah, should be in some nice profit from that. What's your target with that trade, Darker Sean? How far are you looking to short that? Do you have a specific target in mind, or are you trading stops? I think either which way, it's a nice place for an entry. I like the daily chart as well. A lot of wicks, a lot of rejection there. So yeah, I do think retracement is likely, and we've got a lovely level there, which looks good for a target. William, guessing pound USD this week, hit the 200 4 hour, waiting for reversal back up and buy on the 200 EMA. Nice. Yeah, I think I'll probably be joining you on that if the setup does arrive. I really do like pound USD longs. Let me just take a look at the old 200 EMA. Let's make it yellow so we can see it properly. Okay, yeah, it's come into that area now. So yeah, I mean, I'm liking the pound USD setup. I like the pullback it's had. It's really nice, aggressive momentum on the bullish leg. Pullback could be a bit more corrective, but I'm being a bit too fussy there. But I still like the setup, coming back to a nice area of previous resistance. Of course, we flipped support, so we're in a really nice area from a daily perspective and a 4 hour. As you know, we're coming into that EMA there. Although price hasn't really respected the EMA too well in these conditions, you can see we're kind of fluctuating a lot. So the EMA hasn't been at its best as per se, maybe on the way up there, on the way down. But if it's going to hold the EMA, this is the place to do it, along with that daily support. So, of course, that will add some really nice confidence to the trade. And hopefully we can find some rejection in here. Will you look to enter your trades in the 4-hour time frame, or do you drop lower for your entries? But we've had a really, really big bearish candle there breaking lower. So I want to see price showing some signs of slowing down, some wicks, some rejection, because otherwise we might see another big drop. But it's definitely an area where I'll be interested for a buy. The only thing I don't like, though, is that I'm looking to buy pound USD, but I'm still pretty bullish on the dollar. I think the dollar's likely got another move higher in it. So that might take pound USD down. Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe dollar doesn't want to move higher. Maybe it just doesn't want to. Maybe wants to fall. Based on my analysis and based on how the market is looking like, I do think we can see another push higher. So I don't know. Maybe pound's going to be strong, or maybe it won't be such a big move down. We'll see how things get on. Again, trading is a big game of just being reactionary, staying on your toes, seeing what the price gives you, what the market gives you, and adapting to that. Of course, you do need your structured plan, but a lot of it is just reacting to what price is giving you. So right now, it's definitely an area for buys. Of course, no confirmation just yet for me, but I will be keeping a close eye. Okay, trailing stop. Yeah, it makes sense because we're right at a big level in pound CAD, so we can completely reverse that bullish trend for all we know. So trading stops will allow you to take advantage of that as much as possible. Okay, 4 hour basically when EMA is involved. Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, waiting for the 4 hour, of course, it's a little bit slower, but it gives you a strong confirmation, and sometimes avoid you getting into the market a bit too early. Take a few losses before you do catch the win. So I do like the 4 hour as well. But yeah, it's in a great spot. It just depends how we shape up now, because we could still keep falling. Dollar's quite strong at the moment. We have to be careful there. Hey, what's up, more? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good, my man. Welcome. Good morning, Rick. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, I'll quickly go through my watch list because I normally do that closer to the end of the stream, but let me get it out the way. Tete Lestai. Media, hope you're doing well. Definitely probably said your name wrong, but hope you're doing good. Watching from South Africa, wicked. Good to see, good to have you on board. So yeah, in terms of my watch list, so pound USD is on there, looking for some upside, looking for some buys. It's in the area I want to buy it from. I just need to wait for confirmations now, so that's just going to be a waiting game. But who knows, maybe this afternoon I might be taking some buys in pound. I like a few yen pairs. I like dollar yen. If this one can pull back, I'll be more than happy to take some sells here. You can see we put a big wick down the daily chart. So I do think there's a good chance we probably will see a push higher. And then if we do, I'm looking to short it. I'm looking to short it as we approach this low here. Because again, the idea is to try and catch another low high. So we've got one over there, second over there, third over there. If we can see another push, that'd be fantastic. And then I do think we can see another drive lower. And then I probably will be looking for buys to take it back up again, because dollar yen is approaching some big levels on the daily and the weekly chart, which if we do push deeper into, I would 100% be looking for buys. Because again, the trend in the high time frame isn't really over yet. We're still putting in these higher lows here. And this is such a big level, which we could come into, put another higher low in and be on our way, and just see a continuation of that. So if we do drop lower, I will be looking for buys around 150-ish, 151. But at the same time, if you do push higher first, I will look for the sells beforehand. So yeah, I'm looking to play kind of both sides of dollar yen, and there's a couple of yen pairs I'm looking to do that on. But yeah, hopefully maybe some sells first for some buys. If not, then I'll see what the buyers are saying. In terms of euro yen, I'm looking for something similar as well. I'm looking for a push up, for push down. If I go to the weekly chart of this one, we've got a big level over here on the weekly chart around 164. Yeah, 164. So I'm looking for dollar yen. I'm looking for euro yen to push lower into that level. Then again, I'm looking for buys around there to take it to the upside. Now I'm not going for the home run all the way back to the high there. I will have a trading stop loss, so I don't know. Maybe we do. But the idea is just to buy from areas of value. And this is a big one on the weekly chart. Again, this was our price swing high, swing low, swing high. This could act as a really nice support. So I'll see what we can do there. But at the same time, I'm looking to sell it there first. So if euro yen decides it wants to, if I drop to the 4 hour, if euro yen decides it wants to give me a nice little entry for the sales first, that would be fantastic. I'm still looking at this low here for some shorts. If we get back there, even the area up there, but I don't think we'll retrace that far. And then I'll look for some buys later on as well. So again, euro yen looking to play both sides. CAD yen, another one as well. If I go to the weekly chart, it's because again, I'm looking at the higher time frame, seeing where we're coming into, because we've had some big falls for the yen pairs, and we're starting to come into major levels of support. So again, this one, although CAD yen's kind of already there anyway. So if CAD yen decides it wants to drop again, I'll see what we can do a little bit deeper for some buys. And at the same time, if you do decide to push up, I'll look for a sell. I like this area here, and I also like this area here too. So just depends where the market reacts. But I like the yen pairs this week because there's a lot of momentum with them. And my best setups occur when there is momentum in the market. So I like the yen pairs. I like the yen pairs a lot more kind of smoother than the dollar pairs right now. Dollar pairs have got quite corrective, apart from pound dollar, and maybe a few, a couple of others, but euro especially, that one's looking way too corrective for me. So I'm kind of staying far away from euro this week, unless something changes drastically. Sayalil. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but I really do appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad the analysis is helpful. Chris, good morning. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing well. Yes, I did enjoy my weekend. I hope you did as well. Refreshed, ready to go again. Morning, Perseverance. Hope I'm saying that correctly, but welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Good morning. Gaming scenario, yes, we'll take a look at gold. So yeah, gold is another one on my watch list as well. And yes, we'll look at Bitcoin too. Bitcoin's not on my watch list. But yeah, gold is. But let me quickly go through Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is looking very interesting at the moment. We're trading at the top end of this descending channel. So I'm wondering, is Bitcoin trying to pull a fast one on us, trying to break out and push higher? So if I do see a strong break of this, I'm expecting a lot more upside for Bitcoin. And what I mean by a lot more upside is I'm expecting potentially another bull run, really, for price to break the high and see new highs, take out this high here, and just really be on with it. Because I'm looking at this as a big impulse, a flag, if you will, and then a continuation of that. And I've been talking about this for quite a while now, and it looks like price is trying to fulfill that. But at the same time, if we fail at the high, which we could easily do, just like we did last time over here, if we do fail at the high, then we could easily take a massive dive back to the low and potentially further as well. So this is a really critical time for me anyway for Bitcoin. From a technical standpoint, this is kind of make or break. It's either price is going to reject this level, and then I'm expecting a sell-off, or it's going to pump straight through, big candle closure above it, and it's going to be lights out and we're going to fly. So yeah, eyes peeled around 70K. Right now, we're not really breaking through. So not going to say much as to whether I think price is going to break out or not, because I have enough information. But we are seeing a bit of momentum. So if that sustains, we get a strong break, then yeah, we could be on our way. But at the same time, if that fails and we leave some wicks, it might be time for a big rollover. So keep an eye on that area for Bitcoin. I think in the next 2-3 days, we should have a good idea of if we're going to break through or hold. But yeah, really, really important area for Bitcoin for me. And in terms of gold, so gold is on the watch list as well, looking for buys, although we are looking a tad bullish right now. So it's yeah, it's I kind of want price to pull back pull back again. I did have some entries for gold over here last week, and I was very, very unfortunate because the market just rolled down a little bit further, took me out the trade, and then pushed up. So that's obviously not great, but yeah, if you're going to use stop losses, that's going to be an occurrence sometimes. And unfortunately, it was with that trade. However, we're looking to get back in, and that's the beauty of risk rewards. I could stop out, get back in, be successful, and make back the loss, and then some as well. But anyway, so yeah, gold. I'm looking for another move down because I'm not going to buy up here. We've already had a bit of a move, so this is if anything, this could be some intraday sells for gold if that's your cup of tea. But at the same time, I'm looking at the major swings: high, low, high, low, high. I'm looking for that low for a buy to the upside again. So what I want to see is either price moves back down to the low and then I reinvestigate my buys on the retest of this area here, or we push even deeper and I look for some buys around here, and again look for some entries. If I whip out the old Fibonacci from the low to the high, you can see it lines up pretty nicely, 0.618 and 0.786. So those are my two areas of value. So I'm just waiting for the market to get there essentially, but I'm looking for buys, looking for another move higher. And yeah, realistically, I think there's a good chance we can get back to this area. I'm not too sure about the high this week. I don't know, maybe NFP's got some fireworks in store, but I feel like a move back to the highs is a bit of an ask, especially when I'm seeing a lot of rejection on the weekly chart. If I clear my drawings, you can see a lot of rejection there. Not the best sign of a trend that's likely to continue. We could still do, but there's just a lot of friction above us. So I think more realistically, a target around there looks good. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with gold buys. And that's on my watch list as well. Philip, what is up? Hope you're well. Weekend was good. Thank you for asking. Hope the same with you. Sell because it formed head and shoulder broken. Yeah, I mean, definitely could sell again. I can see exactly your point. So you're talking about the head and shoulder here. So the left over here, the head over there, and the right shoulder. Then we had the break of the neckline. So you're looking for gold to sell off again. And I actually hope it does that because I'm looking to pick up some longs on the opposite side, either on the retest of the low or we flip and break that low and push a little bit further. So yeah, I do think there's a good chance we do see that as well. This move has been quite corrective as well. It hasn't really been aggressive like the market is about to reverse. So I do think there's a good chance we will see some downside. I'm looking at this kind of area here, which is where price is stalling at. This could prove to be the area that sends the market back down again. So if you're looking at intraday opportunities, I think sells look good. I'm not really looking at sells for gold, to be honest, although it does make a lot of sense with dollar being so strong. It looks like dollar might continue, so that should help out gold pushing down as well if dollar is going to be strong today or this week potentially. So it makes a lot of sense, but I'm just not really interested in that move. I'm purely focused with the longs for gold for now. But yeah, I do think we can see another move lower. How far we go, I'm not too sure. Yeah, we'll see as time progresses, but I do like that move. I haven't seen that Donald Trump comment some FX. What did he say? Morning, Lauder. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Hey, nice. Play some good live music. Go on then. Oh yeah, piano. Yeah, still need to learn that. Keep the brain active. What's up, Ella? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Long and Russell 2000 Friday looking at all-time high. Okay, didn't know you dabble in that. Drinking tea went to it's choppy today. Yeah, bit of patience, patience, patience. Hey, what's up, Anis? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are well. What is up? So yeah, in terms of my watch list, so gold is on there. Like I said, pound USD is on there. So gold longs, pound USD longs. CAD, I'm looking at shorts and longs. I'm looking to play both sides there. Just depends on what setup comes first. Same with Euro yen and same with Aussie yen and dollar yen as well. To be honest, if I do like kind of all of the yen pairs to the downside, especially like New Zealand yen, because this move here was absolutely humongous. So if that does push up, I do think a good chance of lower high will form and another move back down. So pretty much any of the yen pairs move up, I'm happy to take them short, but there's only a few which I'm looking to take long if they push down. But yeah, if New Zealand yen pushes up, I'm looking for a sell for that one. Again, I'm not looking for anything crazy, just back to the low, just because of the sell we had last week was so crazy. Look at that. It's just the steepness of it. So yeah, if we do see some upside this week, I think we're going to come right back down at some point. Same for like Aussie yen as well. Swiss yen, I think we're likely to, although Swiss isn't as good as the other ones. But yeah, in terms of the other dollar pairs like USD CAD, Aussie dollar, not the biggest fan of these ones this week. I'm kind of trying to stay away from the dollar currencies for now, just because the price action is just very, very choppy and it's difficult to get good reads. And the other pairs are a lot easier to read, at least in my opinion anyway. The yen pairs and especially the Swiss pairs, which we had some really nice sell-offs last week as well. Again, looking at a lot of these on the pullbacks, CAD CHF, Euro CHF, Aussie CHF. If these pairs pull back, I will be looking for sells, depending on which one gives you the best entry. But yeah, there's a lot of funny business on the dollar pairs as of late, so I'm trying to stay away. Okay, trade indices, metals, and cryptos these days. Nice. What crypto do you trade? Just mainly Bitcoin, or do you dabble in some others? Yes, so we're looking to launch late August or possibly early September, but that period is when we're set to is when we're planning to launch. But we are posting information on social media about the firm. So make sure you do check us out on Instagram or Twitter or even Facebook if you're on Facebook. And if you're not in the Discord, make sure you're in the Discord. And of course, that goes for everyone else as well. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you go do so. Completely free to join. The link to that is at the top of the chat as well for discussions about the prop firm, updates there as well, trade ideas, discussions, all of that jazz. Yeah, some big fish definitely open up some prop firms as well. So again, the brokers are seeing opportunity and they're going for it. But like we've got a few big brokers, IC Markets, Awanda. I haven't seen any others, but probably be a matter of time. Okay, so you're still looking at EJ more. No good confirmation. Okay, BTC and Ethereum. Not crypto, bro. I hear that. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna trade crypto as well, it would only be Bitcoin if I had to. What do you think of pound CAD buys? Not really a big fan of pound CAD buys at the moment. If it retraces, it could look better, but I'll touch upon that in a moment. No, I will going to be setting up our own brokerage. So we're not going to partner with partner. Well, the plan is to set up the own brokerage, and use the own brokerage for the trading. Okay, good man. Still hanging on to US 30. I haven't actually looked at US 30 since last week, so I have no idea what's going on with the indices. But I'll go through pound CAD first for Rick, and then we'll take a look at US 30. Yeah, Bitcoin did pass 69. It is looking pretty bullish, but it's coming to a big area where it's either make or break. Where if it doesn't break it, I think Bitcoin can come straight back down. Anyway, so yeah, pound CAD longs, not really my cup of tea at the moment. I know the trend is very bullish. We're seeing a lot of momentum, and yes, I would be a buyer of this market in general, but I need that next pullback phase to kick in before I can start looking for some buys. So if you're looking for some buys, I'll keep a close eye on this area here, 1.789, because that is the price swing high. We broke through that, never really had a solid retest of that either, so it's still a pretty fresh level. So if you're looking for buys on pound CADs, I would say your first interest could be the low here, but preferably I would wait for a bigger pullback into this area because we've had a really big move, and also price is trading at a really big level on the weekly chart as well, which isn't really a place which weekly / monthly really. This kind of area here for all these wicks, we've just come into it as well. So the buys don't really make too much sense for me at this price, especially after such a big move and now at big resistance. Not to say we can't push on, because the market can do whatever it likes, but just in terms of a good location, I feel like the buys make sense there. But if you're looking for a quick kind of day trade, you might see some buys off the low here. So you might come in and react, see some upside. So that could be a nice buy. If that does fail, then you've got a bigger level down there, which could provide a really nice swing. So that's kind of where I would be in terms of buys. But yeah, it's just not in the best place for it. So I would wait for the pullback and see what we can do around 1.759. Where was I? Okay, US 30, we'll take a look as well. Philip, not crypto person. Yes, it will be there as instruments people can trade. Again, the firm is for people to trade the assets they want, crypto, stocks, commodities, FX. Just because I don't trade crypto doesn't mean other people can't. If you can do it, if you can trade crypto well, then trade crypto. But yeah, not for not for me at the moment. But yeah, US 30, we'll take a look. Lauder, please you include a range of indices. Yeah, no, there will be a wide range. There will be a wide range. Yeah, just because I don't trade the markets doesn't mean they won't be there. Oh Lord, that's a big statement. I've decided no counter trades ever again. I realize that's where I lose money. Well, if that's where you lose money, then yeah, don't do that. That is perfect. That's music to my ears. Because trading is not rocket science. You look at the areas where you're making money, look at the areas where you're losing money, and you just got to do the areas where you're losing money, do that a lot less, or not at all, or try and fix it so it makes you money. If you can't find a way, then ditch it. Normally the best or the easiest answer is just to ditch it and focus on the areas that make you money, make that better. So yeah, I fully respect that. If going counter trend doesn't make you money, or you find it very difficult, then don't do that. Some other people swear by counter trend. They love counter trend. And for them it works. For you, if you don't find a consistency there, then ditch it. I hear that. I hear that. No problem, Rick. Exactly, Sculpey. That's the magic of journaling. Chris, yes, Euro Aussie will take a look as well. Okay, so yeah, US 30. Let me have a quick look, see what the indices are doing. Okay. Oh, that is a nice move. I think we were talking about US 30 over here, weren't we? I think you had a position somewhere around here, I want to say. Yeah, lovely move there. Lovely move there in US 30. Price came back, respected that high there, and now things are looking pretty bullish. Now, I wouldn't be so surprised if US 30 moves back to the high there, 41,253. What's the plan with the position? Or are you looking to swing it back to the high, or just going to trail stops? But yeah, really nice move there. Are the other indices pretty bullish too? Nope. US 100 is not looking bullish. S&P a little bit, but not compared to US 30. US 30 was a really nice move. So yeah, there's not much to say with this one because we came back, respected structure. Looks like high low is printed in, and just depends if momentum wants to continue back to the high or not. Because we've even broken through some structure here on the left too as well. So that's a really good sign. Even if we do take a dip, it probably is just going to be a higher low for price to push higher. So that could be an opportunity to add positions potentially and really take advantage of that move. But yeah, entries down here. That is beautiful. So yeah, I'll be expecting US 30 to make its way back to the high. And there might also be opportunities to add positions in as well. Okay, swinging back to the high. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, I must say. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully that can continue. But yeah, it's weird because normally the indices are quite in sync, US 30, US 100, S&P. But as of late, US 30 has been kind of doing its own thing. Whereas US 100 and US 500 have been pretty much the same, doing the same thing. So yeah. But actually for S&P, if I traded S&P, I'll be looking for some shorts up here. I would fancy a move down. US 100, same thing as well, but it's quite far away. Because again, this one's got a pretty nice move there. Sure, I do think the longer term is back up, but I do think we can probably see a move down first. Okay, tech stocks are selling off, but value stocks and small cap are doing well. Okay. Yeah, because there is a huge difference between US 30 and then S&P and NAS. And we've got the egg talk. I've already had my eggs. Oh no, sorry to hear, Sculpey, mate. Hope your stomach's better, mate. Hate it when that happens. But yeah, in terms of my watch list, I don't think I finished it. So yeah, I said dollar yen. I'm looking at sells and buys there. Euro yen sells and buys as well. Just depends how we form and which opportunity comes first. CAD yen as well. Looking for some sales around 113, buys around 110. Pound USD longs around 1.28. Looks like we're having a bit of a bullish reaction there. Let's see how that gets on. Needs to be a strong reaction though, because we had such a big drop there. So we need to see some rejection. In terms of gold, I'm looking for another move down for some buys later. So I probably will be discussing this one later in the week. Silver, yeah, silver's just a bit of an awkward one. I don't really have too much to say with silver. Yeah, because the way the price action the price action is setting up on the higher time frame isn't looking as good anymore. I'm still relatively bullish on the higher time frames because I'm looking for this trend to continue. But as I said last week, I do think if we have a pretty correct to move up higher, I do think we'll probably have another sell-off. So something like this actually interests me to the downside. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for silver. NZUSD, I like the downside, just need a bigger pullback for this one. And then I'll be interested in it. Aussie dollar, like I said, I don't really like, so I'm kind of staying away from that one. Euro, I don't really like, so I'm staying away from that one, although I do think we can see it move down and then move higher. I'm just not really looking to trade it. CAD pairs, again, nothing really clean there, so not really interested. Some of the other crosses, nothing really clean there either. I think maybe euro pound shorts could excite me. Push a little bit higher. Yeah, Aussie dead. And then, yeah, CHF pairs, CAD CHF, Euro CHF, and Aussie CHF sells. So I've got about 7 or 8 pairs on my watch list, but I would say only one is in my area of interest right now, which would be pound. Okay, better now, good. Lauda was looking at GU this morning and wondering if it's ready itself to go back up, but the drop was a bit heavy. Yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of the big red flag for pound USD, because although it's come into a nice area for a buy, at the same time there's a lot of momentum there. So I'm wondering if this is just going to be a reaction, and then price is just going to find a high or top somewhere and just continue. So for me to get into a trade, I need to see some really nice rejection, and that could be in terms of some wicks, really exaggerated wicks, some pretty strong bullish candles coming in, and then I could potentially look for an entry. But again, with my entry signals, they're at the same time systematic, at the same time they're discretionary, because my entries are like bullish engulfing candles and bearish engulfing candles, but at the same time it has to be with context of the market conditions. If I'm seeing a big bearish candle like that in the 4 hour, and then there's just this very small bullish engulfing candle in the hourly chart, well, that bullish engulfing candle doesn't have too much meaning. There's a good chance it might work for a little bit and then just see the momentum continue against me. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. So I need to see some really strong rejection here for me to get into a trade. It's in a nice area. It's in a nice area, but it's just with the DXY as well. I do think DXY can break higher too, which is another red flag, because if the DXY breaks higher, then that means pound USD will continue lower, which is not ideal. But then again, DXY isn't particularly great. It's consolidating and it's coming back into the high, and it looks like it's fading at the high at the moment. So yeah, it's not like it's trending to the upside well. Had a big move back to the high, now it's rejecting it. But as I said on my weekly analysis, I do think we probably do break higher. This is a big V-shaped pattern, and I do think price is just gonna do something like this. So yeah, I'm kind of staying on my toes a little bit with the dollar pairs. I don't want to rush it because they're not the best opportunity. And again, in trading, you want to wait for the best opportunities, and when the iron's hot, then you strike. If it's not quite there, there's no real point forcing it. I'd rather hold my cards than play them when it's not ideal. So with pairs like CHF, the CHF pairs, and the yen pairs, which are a bit more free flow, which still look good for opportunities for buys and sells, yeah, I'll probably just focus my attention more there. I'll keep an eye on pound because it looks the best for me. But if it doesn't look A1, if it doesn't look good, then yeah, I'm happy to miss up on the opportunity and just wait for one of the yen pairs or one of the Swiss pairs to set up. Even pound CHF looks okay as well. And again, what I do think is going to happen for the CHF pairs is just a big swing back to the low. I think NZ CHF has already done that, but Aussie CHF, pound CHF, Euro CHF, CAD CHF have got some catching up to do. So that's why I like them, because the direction is clear, trend is clear, momentum's clear, levels I want to trade from are pretty clear as well. So exactly what I want to do. For CAD CHF, waiting for the retest of that low. Get a room got one. Is anyone in any positions at the moment? I took two trades last week. One was break even. One was a loss on gold. Like I said, I was happy with the positions. Just didn't play out how I wanted it to. But today is a new week, so we go again. Haven't even looked at the chart. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you don't trade Mondays, do you? You don't trade Mondays, so I expect that from you, Sculpey. What's up, John? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Selling gold. Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, it is a nice area. Yeah, I forgot about the Euro Aussie. I was supposed to take a look, was I? I'll take a look at Euro Aussie. But yeah, in terms of gold, we are kind of in an area where I do think we can see some downside. And I'm looking for that to happen because I'm looking to take buys later on either a retest of the low or if we come a little bit lower. But yeah, we've seen a bullish move, really nice impulse here. Looks like we could be forming another lower high, sort of kind of retesting the neckline, if you will, of that head and shoulder pattern. So you had the left, the head, the right shoulder. If I just draw it in for my visual learners, so we've got the left, the head, and the right shoulder, that being the neckline, and we're coming kind of back into retest that. So it's in a nice place for a short, I must admit, healthy pullback. But yeah, I'm more interested with the buys. So I'm going to hold off on that. Hopefully you can see that move down for your sake and mine. And then I can be looking at some buys later on. But yeah, so it's in a nice place for a sell. So I can't argue with that. In terms of Euro Aussie, you said you're looking for shorts? Yeah, looking for shorts. So yeah, Euro Aussie, pound NZD, Euro NZD, they're all kind of very, very stretched right now, and they're likely to see some downside. Not necessarily because I expect them to reverse, but retracement is pretty likely. I mean, look at that momentum. That is pretty insane. So we do need to see a bit of a relief in the market, and this one is just about coming to this level of resistance here. So in a place where it does make sense to see some downside. Do you say you're in a short or you're looking to short? Okay, so you're looking at Euro for short. So yeah, if you're looking to short, I would say let's see if we can get another spike higher, back into the high, and then look for some entries up there. That way we can get a stop loss above the high there. A better risk reward as well, because if our entry is a little bit higher up, close to the stop loss, that's nice. And then look to try and find something like that. Yeah, we're gonna kind of wait for some double tops, some signs that the market's failing at the high. Because right now the market's still breaking high and still trending pretty well. This looks like it's another pullback, most likely for the market to push on. So if we can push on but fail at the high, that then becomes a nice opportunity for a short. and take some sales. Now, it's not really a trade I'll take. To be honest, momentum's still very much against us. But in terms of what the market is doing, forming these lower highs, possibly another, it's in a nice area for a sell. It's in a nice area for a sell. Just need to see a little bit more evidence that we're about to sell off. And then maybe a nice double top could be what we're looking for. So I'd keep an eye on that for Euro Aussie. But in a similar situation with Pound Aussie as well, maybe another push to the high, then you see some downside. Pound NZD, similar situation. Euro NZD, similar situation as well. We're just at really, really, we're at extremes here. So I do think we'll retrace. But be careful, because I bet a lot of people were selling these markets last week, and a lot of them are kind of burnt at the moment. Olympic Games are great. Yeah, I do like the Olympic Games. Although I haven't really started watching it properly. I'll start watching the Olympics when track and field comes on. Mainly track. Although I do like the swimming. Pound USD. Okay, I'll quickly go over that. Yeah, I'm selling gold to buy back later. Nice. Yeah, so I'll be looking for those buys later on. No problem, Chris. Happy to help. Patience is key, 100%. FX Wolf, good morning. Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Dollar yen, euro yen, both pairs are on my watch list. I'll have a look at them. More judo now. So yeah, something like judo's like, I've never watched judo in my life. I mean, I'd probably like stick it on in the background, but because I didn't even know how the scoring points work for that. So yeah, because there will be those like not weird sports, but less popular sports which I've just never watched before. But when it comes to like track, yeah, I'm all over that. All the swimming. Anyway, so yeah, pound USD, I am looking for buys. We're in a really nice place for a buy. I just need to see evidence that the market is rejecting this area, because we've had a really big sell-off this morning, and I need to see some really aggressive rejection. If we're going to have aggressive sell-off, I need aggressive rejection for a buy. It can't just be half-hearted, because it doesn't add up. So we had a big sell-off. Then we quickly go to the daily chart. We come into a really nice level. Essentially, what I'm looking for pound is impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, another correction for another impulse. So this is the move I'm looking to catch. And yes, we're in a really nice area for that. Whip out the old Fibonacci from the low to the high. Yes, we've just about come into the 50 as well. So it's a really nice retracement, and it's a realistic area where the market could possibly go bullish. Now I just need to wait for some entry signals. I'll be looking for my bullish engulfing candles, some rejection. This candle is about to close in a minute's time. Again, it doesn't really mean too much for me. It's kind of just mirrored that last candle there. But in the grand scheme of things, momentum is still very much with the bears. So I need a lot more than that to get me into the trades. I'll keep an eye on it because it's in my zone. I want to look for entries. I want to take some trades. But this doesn't really mean too much to me in the grand scheme of things. So unless we have a big push up like that in the next 40 seconds, then yeah, I'd probably take that trade. But something like that isn't enough rejection for me, especially after that big move down. We've barely done a quarter of that. So yeah, with pounds in a nice area, so I'd keep an eye on it. We might push down still and give us a nice wick, which would be nice. But yeah, that's where I'm looking to long from. In terms of which pair was it? The yen pairs. Yeah, in terms of the yen pairs, so dollar yen, euro yen, I like them both sides of the market. So for example, euro yen, I'm looking for a sell for a buy, because if I quickly go to the weekly chart, and if I remove my drawings really quickly. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to smash the like button. It really does help out. And of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. And do subscribe to the channel as well. It really does help out. Do appreciate everyone who has done that so far. But yeah, for euro yen, I really like the level here on the weekly chart. Really nice swing high, big push down. We broke through that. So to me, it looks like price is coming back to go and retest that. And we're not too far away from it as well. So I'm looking for some sells into that level. And then when we get there, I'm looking for some buys back up again. So that's why I'm looking for sells and buys. It may just be a case where the market kind of sells off now and I missed the buy, I missed the sell. That's fine. Then I'll look for some buys around 164. If we do push up all the time, then I'll look for my entries for the shorts, and then I'll look for buys as well. And dollar yen, very similar case too. If I go to the weekly chart for this one, again, lovely uptrend. We're coming back into a big level of resistance over here. We just about tapped in. So again, really nice place for some longs. But at the same time, I'm looking for some sells into that level as well. So if we decide to push up first, we test some structure, then sell off, I will look for the sales first, and then yeah, I'll look for some buys later on. So that's kind of where I'm at with dollar yen and CAD yen. If they push up, sell it back down. If they push down, buy it back up. It just depends which setup comes to me first, really. Let me know what you're looking at for the yen pairs as well. Okay. Got to support your nation. Yeah, if it's GB on, I'll give them my support. Multitasking. Yeah, I hear that. Scalpy. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. I think when you get like deep dive into trading, you kind of forget why you're trading in the first place, because trading is one of those few professions which don't really require that much time in terms of when you're actually trading. Of course, it requires a lot of time in terms of gaining the skill set and getting to a stage where you can trade for yourself. But once you get to that area, it does free up a lot of your time to do other things like spending time with your family, with your children. So, but sometimes you kind of forget that sometimes. So yeah, it's good. It's good that you realize that. Impact trade place of wanting, yeah, not a good place to be in, especially trading as well. That's when you start to force things. Tony Gold, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well, my man. All my screens in use right now. How many screens do you have more? Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's gonna be a better place mentally as well. And then you're just gonna act better rather than when you're in a place of want and you're trying to force things, and then you're in a place of kind of, what's the word? Desperation. And yeah, that is not gonna result in a good outcome in trading at all. I'm sure most of us have experienced that. Gold, okay, we'll touch on gold. A lot of requests for gold today. Hey, appreciate that, Chris. That is such a beautiful, that's such a beautiful message there. Let me just show that so everyone can see. Share 36 likes. I can't disagree with that. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please be sure to drop a like. It does really help out. And I do appreciate everyone who has liked the stream so far as well. Appreciate that more. My man. Okay, 3, not including my phone. Wow. Busy man. Okay, favor. Yes, Euro NZD will take a look. Let me quickly go through gold. So yeah, as I mentioned with gold, looking at some downside for some upside. I'm not really interested in the shorts. Not because it's not a good opportunity, it's just that my bias this week is longs only. So I'm going to kind of wait for that opportunity to come around. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, fantastic. But yeah, this is a nice place for a sell. We had a really nice sell off last week, and then this is kind of being a very corrective move. So I do think we'll put in another high, and we're likely going to push down next. So if you're looking for some setups, you're looking for some entries, I'd wait for another push higher first. That might come this New York session. Maybe we might even spike through the high there on the left as well. And then that could then end up being a nice entry for some shorts there. So something like that this afternoon or maybe tomorrow. And then, yeah, I'm hoping for another sell-off back to 23.70 or possibly 23.30. Those are my two areas which I'll be looking to plot some buys in and hopefully take it back to 24.20, which is this area here. And best case scenario back to the high 24.80. But yeah, we need to see that move happen to the downside first, but that is my thought process for gold. So some shorts for some longs. Is anyone actually trading gold at the moment? There's so many people asking for gold. Okay, USD we'll take a look at as well. Yep, we just went through gold. Hope you caught that one. Got some gold buys today. Oh, okay. Gold bugs today. Love to see it. Yeah, gold is definitely very, very popular today. Very popular. Okay, so where is Euro NZD? So with Euro NZD, yeah, there's a lot of momentum there. So yeah, we're back at resistance. We're back at the prior high. So this is definitely a good location for some shorts, especially after such a stretched move. Markets definitely kind of on that overbought side of things. Not that that's a huge confluence indeed, because the market can still move higher being overbought, but it definitely is at least. But the key thing is that the market's a bit stretched and we're hitting a major high. So we could even spike through this a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we do that, but I would expect the bigger move now to be to the downside for USD, especially at these heights here. See last time, well, second last time we were here, massive rejection, big move to the downside. So this is definitely where a lot of higher time frame sellers will be positioned, and maybe some buyers taking some profit off that move. So it's in a nice place for a short. It's just kind of timing it now because yeah, the market is still very bullish. But what I can see is we're starting to slow down. So what would be nice, maybe if we kind of sell off, push back up, reject the high, that could end up being a nice sell there. I feel like if you short now, you got to be very kind of tactical if you take profit, because there's a very high chance we just push back up at some random point. So I'll be looking at some double tops, something like this, to tell me, okay, we're really fading at the high here. What is that? We're fading at the high here, and we're likely gonna, sell off. So first test, second test, and then entry, or we can even be even safer than that and wait for the low high after. But something like this makes sense. We're in a good location for it, and we're likely gonna have a retracement, maybe even to retest the high here, which could be a nice target to have around 1.814. So yeah, I think USD is in a really nice place. There's a lot of momentum in the higher time frame, so the market is quite bullish. That's the only kind of real kind of thing to note out on the higher time frames. But we are coming to a big level. We're likely to retrace. It's probably still going to take us higher, but at the same time, at least we can take some sales in the meantime. And if you're looking for buys, then I would wait for some retracement, preferably to this area. Yeah, preferably down to 1.8. 0.14. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Euro NZD. A lot of bullish momentum, but we hit a big level. We'd like to see some retracement. The market's quite stretched. I'd wait for a bit more development down the low time frames before finding some entries, just so I'm not jumping the gun. Because as I said, with pound NZD and pound Aussie, we could still jump another 50, 100 pips before we do see some downside. There's just so much momentum right now. Okay, yeah, Rick took a gold sell, 23.88. 23.88. Where is that? 23.88, 88, 88. Okay, it's around here-ish. Okay, where's your stop loss in that position? Because the important bit is the stop loss. Because that would, tell you when, okay, the trade has failed or the trade is still valid. I was assuming stop loss is just above the high somewhere, maybe around 24.04 maybe. If your stop loss is above the high, reasonable. I like it. If you do get stopped out and price does spike the high, keep an eye on it because maybe the trade has failed, but maybe the idea hasn't yet. And you might get another entry to ride that down as well. Okay, 24.05. So yeah, more or less around that area. So yeah, I like the position. I like the stop loss. If you do get triggered, don't get triggered because there could be another entry for a sell to take that back down because you're still generally in that area for a nice sell. So even if you do spike higher, which I feel like gold might do, stay on your toes because there might be another entry for a short. But you're in a nice area for it. I do think we'll see that move most likely. But yeah, I like the trade. I like the trade. Simbonello. Okay, gold will go short the third quarter of the year. Are we in the third quarter? Yeah, we are in the third quarter. We just started it. Well, not just started, but we're just on the first month. Meaning I'm expecting the quarter candle to close bearish. Okay, let me have a look at the quarter candle. I've got it right over here. So you're looking for this candle here to close bearish. Why is that? Why are you looking for that candle to close bearish? Is there a technical reason behind that or fundamental or let me know why you expect this candle to close bearish. Yeah, it may do that. I mean, it literally happened to me last week. It literally happened to me last week on the buys. I entered the trade around here. And my stop loss was there. And then, tagged me out and then moved in my direction, unfortunately. But, I would have looked for another entry, but this was just outside of my hours. So this was at 8 p.m. and when I got the signal, and I stopped trading at 5 p.m. So if this was 3 hours earlier, I would have taken the trade and got back in because it's still in my area, but unfortunately it was outside of my area. So wasn't at the charts to enter the trade. But yeah, it did happen to me last week as well. So yeah, it can definitely happen. Trade the 3-month candle. I don't think he probably trades the 3-month candle. I think he's just looking at it in terms of just high time frame analysis. Or if he does trade the 3-month candle, that is crazy because you only get 4 of those a year. And the funny thing is, you could probably get 4 dojis in a year as well, and then you just got flat for the whole year, which would be very, very annoying. But yeah, I mean, we could do. I mean, but all I can see on the quarterly time frame is just a lot of bullish momentum. We could close bearish. Looks like the market last candle is slowing down, but I wouldn't have enough information there to say if I'm going to expect it to be bullish or bearish, or at least bearish for that matter. Yeah, of course, stick to the plan is all you can do. And again, especially because some people, they get kind of scared when they're following the plan, especially when they're in the losing stage and they feel like something's not right, something's not working. If you do get to that stage where you're following your plan and you're in a bit of a tough spot, and then you start to doubt the trading, you start to doubt the plan, you need to go and make sure that you've tried and tested the plan first. Because if you tried and tested the plan and you do get into a down stage, then you should be relatively okay, because these down stages happen, and I know that in the long run, my equity curve is going to be back up, all-time highs again. As you have to see out the rough period. If you're not at that stage where you have that belief or that confidence in your plan, not necessarily belief as in blind faith, but because it does work, then you've got some work to do on that part. But if you know the plan is good, you tested it, then all you have to do is stick to it. Failed to close above last quarter's high and came down aggressively. If this month closes below last month's open, okay. Halfway the yearly candle. Oh wow. Okay, looking at yearly candles as well. Okay. I mean, at least you got some process, but I was just interested to find out your thinking behind it. Yes, I do agree there, Chris. Setting alerts definitely does help you, 100%. I do use alerts a lot, like for take profits, managing the trades, going to break even, waiting for price to get to my entry level. I use alerts as much as I can because they work. Number one, they do trigger you. Some people have that kind of fear where you set an alert, but it doesn't trigger you, then you miss a trade. But from my experience, they've worked perfectly well. And number two, means I can spend less time at the live markets anyway. I don't have to be so glued, because I take my trades on the hourly candle close. That means every hour candle I have to kind of be at the charts to take a trade. But if it's not even in my zone, then I don't even need to come to the chart for that particular hour close. So yeah, if it's not even in my zone, there's no point for me to even check the charts, because it's not in place for a trade for me. So yeah, it really does reduce the time you have to be at the charts. And if you can reduce the timing at the charts, that means less mistakes in your end as well. Okay, so Euro Pound Temel, yes, we will take a look. Yeah, Euro Pound is actually a pair that I'm actually starting to like. It did break high, I wasn't expecting that, but we did have a really nice rejection. Ooh, price is really selling off pretty hard. I was hoping it could go a little bit higher, but I'm looking for another lower high here for Euro Pound. So we got one over there, one over there, second over there, third over there, fourth, and I'm looking for another one in this area. I did like this move last week, and then we had another break high. I wasn't expecting that, but essentially, as long as we stay below this area here, I'm looking for that high to come in and a swing back to the low. So pretty straightforward stuff. The structure is pretty clear for all to see, and the idea is we're looking for a lower high for another move to the low. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing there with Euro Pound, and hopefully we can come back up again, because we're looking pretty bearish now. And then yeah, I'll expect price to come back to the lows, but take it step by step. Possibly some targets beforehand can make some sense around there. Here as well. Don't have to aim for the home run straight away, even this low, before the lows there. Those could be partial areas or areas to start trading stop losses. That'll be up to you. But essentially, I do think Euro pound is in the area where we are forming that lower high. I was talking about this level here last week, but it didn't hold. I still think we are going to form that lower high. So yeah, I'll be looking at a lot more downside for Euro pound. I appreciate that, Anis. Let's get that on the screen as well. If you guys are joining the stream, please be sure to smash the like button. It really does help out, and of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Just like Chris said, setting alerts does help you with your charts. Setting alerts with my YouTube channel, aka hitting the bell, will help you out as well. So make sure you go do that and subscribe whilst you're at it. But yeah, Euro pound to me looks like a really nice sell. So I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on Euro pound. It's not my favorite pair to trade, but sometimes it has good opportunities. The pair I'm thinking of removing is Aussie New Zealand dollar. This guy, I haven't traded this one in a very, very long time. So the thing is, Aussie New Zealand dollar, the time I've started trading was around 2018 time. So I started trading around somewhere in here. So my experience with Aussie New Zealand dollar has basically been just pure range. So all of this, basically, all of this. But the funny thing is that we're probably going to get a breakout soon, something like this, if it continues the theme of the market like this. So that breakout is probably going to happen soon. And the time that I drop Aussie New Zealand dollars is probably the time it's going to start trending very, very well. And there's going to be some nice opportunities. But in my defense, that's never really happened in my trading career with Aussie New Zealand dollar. So yeah. But yeah, if I'm trying to look to make space for US 30, because at least I know that one kind of always trends. But it's a different type of market, so it might take a bit of getting used to it. Currently doing some back testing on it, so I'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm looking to add US 30. And then if it goes well with that one, then I'll probably look to add S&P and NAS. Just so I got a bit of flavor, a bit of balance there, because I've got FX, majors, minors, I've got commodities with gold and silver, metals, and then a bit of indices for a bit of balance as well. Might help. Okay, Pavinator, Aussie dollar looks like it's consolidating. I expect to make any moves this week? Good question. I do, purely because it was so bearish last year. Last week. I don't know where year came from. It was so bearish last week, so I do expect it to retrace. It might not be the most fruitful week because, again, we've had such an expansive week last week with this move here. So I do expect to see retracement, but it could be a very dogged, very corrective retracement. So it might be a very slow week for this one. Although we do have some news. I think we do have some Aussie news this week, and we do have NFP on Friday. So maybe that kind of speeds things up or makes some exaggerated moves at some point. But I think, generally speaking, I do think we're going to have a slow kind of move up this week as price kind of takes a breather. But then at some point, I do think we'll see that momentum kick back in and continue down. Maybe you might do it towards the end of this week, maybe start next week. Of course, it's difficult to say when that will happen, but I do think we'll probably see a bit of a slow correction this week. And then, yeah, I would expect more downside at some point. So that's kind of what I'm expecting for Aussie New Zealand dollar. But because it was so expansive last week, I do think it might be a bit slower. Same with the yen pairs, same with the Swiss pairs as well. We had some really crazy moves. So I do think it will slow down a little bit. Okay, no problem. We'll have a good one, my man. We'll see you tomorrow, man. Take care. Yes, Aussie New Zealand dollar is pain, Chris. I can definitely agree to that. Any thoughts on gold? Okay, I'll touch on gold in a moment, Anis. Price moves in 4 phase, print 1 candle, body created usually at 3. Okay, some niche knowledge there, Simbonello. Pound USD pushes, pound seeing some upside. If no retest, okay, I'm buying 1.285. Okay. Okay, so what's pound doing? Okay, pound seeing some upside. Again, it's difficult. It's difficult because, yeah, we are seeing some nice momentum there, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't hold too much weight because I'm really looking at it in comparison to this big old candle here. That was a really heavy sell-off. So I need to see similar, not, it doesn't need to be like a big candle that engulfs that whole candle there, but I need to see really strong rejection on the hourly chart, just about engulfing. But again, as I touched on earlier, a small bullish engulfing doesn't really mean much when we just had a massive sell-off in the higher time frame. So I'm kind of waiting for a bit more development there. Yes, we're seeing some upside for pound, yeah, but my kind of expectation is that probably going to push up because this move needs to be corrected anyway. And as soon as we start coming back to some of these areas here, I think there's a good chance we roll back over, which would be good actually for me anyway. Because if we do that, comes back into the level, retest it again, maybe some wicks, and then maybe we get another better entry signal the next time. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But yeah, we are seeing some upsides, but because of that 4-hour close was so aggressive, this doesn't mean too much to me at the moment. Of course, things might change. This 4-hour candle still got 2 hours and 30 minutes before it does close. So I don't know, maybe we do engulf the whole thing, and that will change a lot. But right now, need a little bit more. But yeah, we're starting to see some momentum come in, so it's a good sign. We're not just bleeding straight through. But yeah, I'm not going to jump in just yet. But definitely something I'm watching. It's the only pair that's kind of at my level. So it's the only kind of pair I have to focus on right now. But yeah, in terms of gold, and I'm looking for some downside for gold first and then some buys later on. I'm still relatively bullish on gold. On the higher time frames, like the daily chart, we had a really nice swing over here, pull back, another swing, pull back, another swing. Looking for another pullback for another swing to the upside. So that's the plan. And that's kind of what I'm looking to trade. At the moment, we had some upside here, so I'm looking for another move down first and then the buy, or to this zone here and then the buy. At the moment, we're kind of in bearish territory, so that to me is kind of like a nice place for a sell. I'm not really interested in the sell, but it would be nice if we could sell off because I'm looking to buy it a lot deeper. I was in a trade here, but I did get taken out. So if that didn't happen, then I would have been in a trade here, but unfortunately, gold wanted to spike me out a little bit first, unfortunately. But if it can come down again, then I'll look for some more entries. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with gold. Okay, EuroCAD, yes, Temo, I'll take a look. Yes, we do have GBP. Let me quickly go through the news because there's actually quite a lot of news this week, actually. Last week was pretty quiet. But I think this week it just steps up a notch. So yeah, Monday, relatively quiet. Nothing really big today. Yeah, nothing much today to report on. So today's pretty smooth sailing. Tomorrow we've got, in the early hours of the morning, UK time, we've got unemployment rate for Japan. So if you're looking at yen pairs, watch out for that. The rates are expected to stay the same, 2.6 to 2.6. And then we've got, I'm just going to focus on the major ones. And then we've got quite a lot of CPI for Euro, Germany, Swiss, Spain. But we got GDP for Euro at 10. So when I start the stream tomorrow, we'll see what happens with Euro. In the afternoon, we got Jolts job openings for USD at 3 o'clock UK time as well. And then Wednesday we got Aussie CPI in the early hours of the morning. Then we got Bank of Japan interest rate decision. Again, early-ish hours of the morning there. The Bank of Japan interest rate is expected to stay the same. And then this is Wednesday, by the way. And then in the morning, we've got CPI for Euro as well. And then we've got employment change for dollar. And then Fed. Oh my days! I didn't know we had Fed interest rate today this week as well. Bloody yeah, this week is stacked. And then we've got Fed interest rate at 7 on Wednesday, but their rates expect to stay the same. And then Thursday we've got Bank of England interest rate decision. Rate's supposed to cut to 5%. And then a bit PMI in the afternoon for the dollar. And then Friday, you got your lovely NFP. So yeah, there's a lot this week. You got NFP, you've got Fed interest rate, you've got Bank of England interest rate, you've got Bank of Japan interest rate, you've got Bank of Japan employment rate, you've got CPI for Euro. So it's a lovely week this week, which is good and bad, because it's a little bit bad because it can be a bit awkward to trade sometimes, especially in the low time frames. But it probably does mean movement. It means momentum, which again, as a retail trader, we like to see. Just want to make sure on the right side of it. But yeah, quite a lot of news. I'll go take a look at EuroCAD. Yep. Okay, EuroCHF, I'll take a look as well. A lot of people expecting rate cuts. Keep USD rising, because people want to catch the top and sell USD. Yeah. I mean, I would like to do that as well, to be honest, because I'm trying to catch the bottom of pound USD. Not so much euro anymore, but pound USD. I'm trying to catch the bottom of that. So kind of one of those people. But yeah, for me, I'll stick to the plan, see what happens. If I get good signal, I'll take the trade, of course, because the last thing I don't want to do is not take a trade, because I'm kind of overthinking things, and then it turns out to be a really nice trade. If it fits the plan well, I'm in the trade. But we'll see. A lot of things will happen before then, because the interest rates on Wednesday afternoon, so we've still got kind of 2.5 days before that. Thank you, my handsome brother. Appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, where's EuroCAD? So yeah, EuroCAD, again, another pair which is in a nice place for a sell. Now the market is kind of bullish because we've been pushing up with these higher lows. So for me, there's an upwards trajectory here. So what I'm expecting for EuroCAD is a reaction and then maybe a higher low at some point. Maybe we come back and retest some structure around here, then we push on. So I do think EuroCAD likely going to see some downsides, but I do think the bigger move is still up. So put a higher low in and then continue. But in the meantime, if you're looking to trade EuroCAD, sells is the only thing that really does make sense at these prices. If you haven't been in the buys, then you're waiting for price to pull back. If you're looking for shorts, this makes sense. I like how corrective price is as well. So go to the hourly chart as well. You can see every time you do have a stab to the upside, market pushes straight down, stab, straight down, stab, straight down, stab, straight down. So if you're looking for some entry, you kind of want to see another one of those moves, another rejection, and then that will be your area for entry. That way you can get stop loss above the high, nice and tight, and then take advantage of this. And if things go really well, you might catch a nice break to the downside. So yeah, if you're looking for some entries for EuroCAD, you kind of want to see a move higher first, unless you're kind of already in the trade previously, and then wait for that rejection, and then get your entry and your stop loss around the high, around 1.503, and then you can look for your trades that way. And this looks like a good target to have as well. A prior high, push back into that level there. I mean, we could go a lot further, but I think that's a sensible place for a target, 1.49. So I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so yeah, EuroCHF, USD CAD, Sam Keller will take a look as well. Trading reversals, yeah, I agree. Trading reversals is dangerous, but then again, every trade you take is kind of like a reversal, really, isn't it? Because the trades I take is a pullback. I'm waiting for the market to continue. I'm waiting for it to pull back, but I'm looking for the reversal of the pullback essentially. And even if you wait for the second or third, you're taking a reversal of those minor pullbacks. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, we've had a nice impulse pullback because a reversal to me is a reversal of a trend. For me, pound USD is a bullish trend. So if I'm looking for buys, I'm not really taking a reversal. I know what you mean in terms of don't be the first person in here and wait for it to be pushing up first and then get in. But yeah, I'm more than happy to get involved there. Risk rewards are much better as well. So when it does play out, especially for trading stop loss, it will be more fruitful. But I hear what you're saying. But if I'm trading the direction of the trend, it's not really a reversal in my eyes. Okay, so let me go through Euro Swiss. So yeah, with Euro Swiss, for me, the sales look pretty crystal clear. Again, in the higher time frames, it does look like the market is slowly working its way towards a push to the low here. I'm looking at the monthly chart. You can see we've got a lovely bearish trend at play, and it looks like price has just printed in another lower high over here, as opposed to the last one over there. So if this is going to be a next lower high, what's up, Ben? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Looking to trade any reliefs on NZD and Aussie, a little bit mean reversion. Yeah, I'll speak on that. Actually, no, not really. To be honest, actually, there are a couple markets I'm looking for the mean reversion. Not particularly NZD or AUD, but I'll touch on that in a second. But yeah, this possibly could be another lower high printed in down the monthly chart. So if that is the lower high, then that tells you there's a good chance price is going to push back to the low there eventually. So for the foreseeable future, for Euro Swiss, we're looking to take shorts all the way back to that low, or at least I am anyway. So yeah, dropping to the lower time frames daily, you can see we've had a lovely impulse here. We get the old Fibonacci out, had a lovely pullback into the 0.618, lovely rejection. So I do expect us just to continue to roll over back to the low, and then we can start to discuss the next targets down at these areas here. But for now, just looking for a push into this area. So if we drop again to the 4 hour, we've got some lovely levels up here. That's the only key thing with EuroCHF. This is a nice level for a short, but do we get there? Do we see enough retracement to get there and find some entries? Possibly. But at the same time, I've got a feeling we might kind of just stall around here somewhere and then just kind of sell off. I'm looking at hourly chart. I can see that this area here, did not mean to do that. I can see that this area here was a brief area of support in the market where we did pause a little bit and then saw a move. So I don't know, maybe the market might hold this and sell off. Now, it's not really a key area of value for me, so it's not a place where I'll look for an entry. This would be the area. But I'm just mentioning this because we might not get there. So you might want to keep an eye on 0.959 as well. If you're really keen on trading Euro Swiss, this could be the area price sells off from. But if you do have a bigger pullback, fantastic. Look for some trades up here. And we've got a pretty long way down back to the low as well. So risk reward looks good too. But that is my thought process for Euro CHF for now. Looking for a pullback and then looking to short it. So yeah, I'll go through USD CAD and I'll mention some pairs I'm looking for that little mean reversion. Not particularly NZD or AU, but I'll get onto that. Hey, pronounced it right. Good, good, good. I've got a tendency of pronouncing people's names very wrong. So yeah, getting yours right first try is puts a smile on my face. If you break the last 4 high, then yes. Yeah, but I'm not really. What time frame do you take entries on, Simbanello? What time frame do you take your entries on? In the meantime, let me go to USD CAD. So yeah, USD CAD, again, a little bit awkward for this one. It's in a big area of resistance. I'm looking for some downside, but not really keen on trading this one. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not really keen on trading any dollar pairs apart from pound USD and then maybe gold as well. So those are only two which I'll look to trade probably this week, if at all. So yeah, with USD CAD, we're back at highs. And for me, if you're not really in the buy, then I feel like the buys have already left the station a little bit. So now they're approaching this resistance and this high here as well. It makes sense to be looking for some sells. But again, I've got to be careful because there's a lot of momentum in the market right now. And I think the dollar is still somewhat strong too, although it's rejecting the high quite well. But in general, we had a strong push to the upside on USD CAD. So need to be careful of that. But we are rejecting it pretty well. So if we do see another rejection of the high there, that could be a nice signal, stop loss above the high, and then take some shorts. But my advice is be careful because we are steadily forming these higher lows. So there's a good chance we could push down a little bit, create another higher low, and then break higher. So if you do take shorts in this area, it has to be very kind of quick. Or you have to be quick on your toes to say, okay, if I get short here, it pushes down, I see some rejection there, then you're kind of out of the market. If it does break through, happy days, you might be onto a big win. But if not, we could easily do something like that. And not to worry if we do, because as I pointed out on the weekly chart, there's a big level of resistance just above us. We could push a little bit higher before we do get a sell. So keep an eye on that. But if you're looking to trade USD CAD, kind of focus on the sells for now. We've already had a big move up. We're trading a major resistance now. This is not the time to be looking to buy. Or at least if you're looking for a swing. Just entered long silver. It's kind of reversal, but it looks good at the moment. Okay, I'll take a look at silver. I'm not really liking silver, but we'll take a look. Similar. Okay, trade the hourly, but I trade one pair. That's gold. Okay, you only trade gold. But yeah, I'm going to be focused on the area here again with the entries around this area here. It's in a nice area of confluence from a daily perspective as well. I dropped the arrow to refine my entries, and I suppose you probably do that as well. But again, waiting for this to break, you can do that if you want to. It just means you get into the market a little bit later. But I'm perfectly happy to enter on those lows there. And again, this is something I've traded for a long time. It's not just something I'm doing spontaneously either. Hamza, please advise trading platform brokerage for UK which has low brokerage free. What are you looking for? A brokerage based in the UK, or are you looking for a brokerage which you can trade whilst being in the UK? Because the broker I'm using at the moment, I'm trading with, I'm based in the UK, but the broker itself isn't based in the UK, which is IC Markets. TP is last low high. Okay, I'll take a look at that one. Is there a short bonus? What do you mean short bonus? I don't know what that means. Do you mean positive swap? Talking about swaps? Otherwise, I wouldn't know. Okay, yeah. If you live in the UK, you can look at IC Markets. They're based in Australia. Regulated broker outside, based in Australia. They're not based in the UK, but You can use them. Which is the best trading platform? Well, for me, I use MetaTrader. MetaTrader 5. You see Trader's pretty good as well. But I've always been with MT4 for the past like 6 years, but I've recently switched to MT5. That does a pretty good job as well. So yeah, MetaTrader. But C-Trade is good as well. And there's others out there, but one of them two and you'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, so the markets I'm looking for mean reversion is some of the yen pairs. So CAD yen, we've had a really big sell-off. And again, if I go to the weekly chart, we're coming to a big level here as well. So I'm looking to try and catch some buys off this low here, off this level here. Same thing for dollar yen as well. We've got a massive level here around 151, 152. I'm looking for some buys in there. And a little bit for euro yen too when we get there. We've got a lovely high over here. If we do get down there, I'll look for some buys there too. So because yes, we've had some big drops. Ben, we had some big drops, but I'm looking at NZD and Aussie currencies. I'm not really seeing much opportunity there because at least with the yen pairs, I'm kind of flowing with the overall uptrend. So I do have that to my advantage. But with Aussie, New Zealand dollar, for example, if I'm looking to long Aussie, there's no kind of real trend in my favor, or direction in my favor. New Zealand dollar, no real kind of direction in my favor. Yes, we might be coming into some nice levels of support, but at the same time, it's kind of counter trend. With pound Aussie, counter trend, Euro Aussie shorts, counter trend. I mean, maybe this one is not bad because there's a bit of a trend there, but it's not particularly great either. Pound NZD likewise, and UNZD likewise as well. So Aussie, New Zealand dollar, not really, but some of the yen pairs, yes. So if you're looking for a bit of relief on Aussie and New Zealand dollar, maybe Aussie yen might make sense or New Zealand yen might make sense. But even those falls are being really aggressive, so I wouldn't really want to buy them. Euro yen's been a bit more corrective, same with dollar yen as well. Same with CAD yen too. Okay, no problem. Happy to help. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, Aussie, New Zealand dollar are very stretched, so I do expect them to pull back regardless. But in just terms of a trading opportunity, I've got a plan. I've got to trade that plan. So I'm not going to, trade a pair just because I'm expecting it to pull back, unless that's written down on my plan, which it isn't. So yeah, I'm not gonna just trade that. But pairs like CAD yen, which are in favor of higher time frame momentum, like dollar yen, like euro yen, which have come into some big levels as well. Now these are something that would interest me, and at the same time, it does interest me on the downside as well. I've gone over this briefly, but if CAD yen decides it wants to push up first, that's particularly fine because I will be looking for some sells around this area here too. So I'm actually looking to trade both sides of CAD yen, euro yen, and dollar yen this week. It just depends what setup I get. But say if we do push up first, I'll look to try and find some sells, catch the next lower high as we've been doing. So high over there, lower high over there, lower high over there. Looking for the next one. And then hopefully a nice sell-off, back to the low, and then I take some buys on the flip. Euro yen likewise as well. If we push up, I'm looking for a sell, and then I hope we find some buys when we push down to the level. Same with dollar yen as well, looking for some sells and some buys later on. So yeah, I'm actually looking to trade both sides this week, and for all the news we've got coming out this week, should be interesting because I have no idea which setup I want to get first. Absolutely no idea. We could sell off first and then things look interesting for the buys, or we could push up first and things look interesting for the sells. We've got Bank of Japan interest rate, we've got dollar interest rate, we've got euro CPI, we've got pound interest rate. So Yeah, I'm expecting an NFP on Friday as well. Let's not forget. So yeah, it'll be an interesting week this week. Yes, I do have a Telegram group. I've got a Discord as well. The Telegram is linked below in the description. But also check out the Discord as well, because that's where I'll be discussing with people. Telegram is just for me to post, but in the Discord, I can talk to people. People can talk to me. People can talk with each other as well. So check out the Discord link, which will be linked to the top of the chat. It should be pinned there, but the Telegram will be linked in the description. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. And this week, so yeah, 100%. Yeah, you definitely have to tiptoe this week. Even I'll be tiptoeing as well. I'm very kind of nonchalant with the news. I'm happy to hold. I'm happy to trade through NFP. I'm happy to trade through Fed interest rate. But at the same time, I don't be entering trade just before they come out. So I don't want to be entering trade just like 30 minutes or an hour before NFP. I don't be entering trade 30 minutes or an hour before Fed interest rate. I mean, I don't mind Bank of England interest rate. I don't mind CPI Euro. I do mind Bank of Japan because just Japan a little bit crazy. So they can definitely move the market a lot. Even Aussie can sometimes move the market quite a lot, but I'm not awake during the Aussie news because it's normally early hours in the morning. So and then just wake up to whatever's happened. You don't have to worry about entering just before that. But yeah, especially with NFP, Fed interest rate, I have to watch out for that. But yeah, even I this week will be a little bit careful and keep a close eye. But if you're on the low time frame this week, you definitely have to be on top of that because getting slipped is going to be a real possibility this week. Again, we say this, but there's a good chance we might not even see big moves in the market. NFP might just do a little 40 pip move here or something, so that could happen. But at the same time, it could do a 100 pip move as well. You don't know what you're going to get. And yeah, I think this would be a good week just to not trade too much either. You don't want to be in a situation where you got like 4 or 5 positions going into NFP or Fed interest rate or whatever. 1 or 2 positions, you can manage that. 4 or 5 or more than that. If things don't go your way, it could get ugly. Okay, join the Discord, ask question. Yeah, sure. So yeah, join the Discord. There's a group discussion there as well. The Telegram is kind of for me to post my trades, videos as well. So that's just for me to post. And of course, you can join that as well. But the Discords, you can discuss and chat with other people, chat with myself and other traders as well. So check them both out. But yeah, Discord is completely free to join and it should be linked at the top of the chat. All right, Sculpey, have a good one, my man. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. How is pound USD doing? Pound USD respectable, I must say. Respectable. It's kind of done 50% of that candle, I'd say, give or take. So it's done a nice reaction. Again, it hasn't set the world alight. So, this reaction here doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, but it does mean we're holding that area. So if we do push up, find some resistance, sell off again, then I'm going to be interested because we've held it once, we could hold it again, maybe get some wicks, and then I'll see what we can do in terms of buys. But yeah, pound USD is in a nice area, so I'm definitely keep a very close eye on it. What's Euro doing? You're just a little bit of a doji. I do think Euro can still drop. That's my kind of only worry with this, because with the DXY, I still do think we've got a good chance of doing that. Yeah, I still think we've got a good chance of seeing some upside, which is not good for buys on pound. Because if we do that, then I'll take pound lower. Unless we see dollar break this consolidation, then I'll stand corrected. But as of right now, I think DXY is likely to break that to the upside, which means more downside for dollar crosses, pound, euro, Aussie, New Zealand dollar, and then upside for USD CAD. So yeah, that's the only awkward bit. But we'll see. We'll see. There's no setup for me to take just yet, so there's no point of me worrying about that just yet. But like I said, pound USD is the only pair that's kind of at an area of interest for me to take a trade. The yen pairs are kind of just in between some areas. CHF pairs as well. CAD CHF, I need that to retrace up. Euro CHF, I need that to retrace up. Pound CHF, I need that to retrace as well. And Aussie, I need that to retrace too. Chris, starting 10 likes. Are we at 10 likes? No, I want more than that. I want more than 10 likes. Let me have a look, see. Yeah, we're like 40 likes. Refresh the page, Chris. Refresh the page. We've got decent viewers here. They do leave likes, but a few more can't hurt though. A few more can't hurt. So yeah, going forward, I'll keep an eye on the CHF pairs, pound USD, and the yen pairs. But pound USD is the only one that's at my A level, so that's the one I'll focus today. It's reacting pretty nice. Let's see if we can keep that for another 2 hours, because effectively I just want to see us react to that bearish candle there, and then that will tell me a lot. But I don't know, is that pound strength? Because I'm looking at euro. Euro's just a little doji there. So pound must be very strong. How's euro pound doing? Yeah, still looking pretty bearish. Let me just have a look at some other pound pairs. Yeah, pound CAD's pushing up there. Pound NZD, pound Aussie, not much. Pound CHF, pound yen, not much there. So I think pound, it's a mixture, a bit of pound strength, maybe a little bit of dollar weakness. I think pound's the main driving force there. We'll see how that goes. Still got another 2 hours before that 4 hour candle does close. And if it just closes like 50%, again, doesn't mean much to me. It'd be nice if you can reject that a little bit stronger than that. But all I can say is in my area, so I will keep a close eye. Kenny, light on NASDAQ. Okay, we can probably cap it off there, because I don't think I've actually looked at NASDAQ, or at least not in a lot of detail. So yeah, NASDAQ, I'm looking for some downsides. Long term, I'm still very bullish. Looking at the daily, weekly chart, I still think we'll form a higher low at some point. So this area here, or this area here, I feel like these are really nice areas for some buys. It just depends on your bias, really, how you're looking to play the market. You're looking for a longer term swing, then I would wait for price to roll over again, see some downside, and start looking for some buys in these areas here. If you're looking for kind of shorter term counter trend trade, then sales look good here around 19,500. We printed in some nice lower highs here. 1, 2. This could be your third, and now we're looking for a fourth. Retest some structure, be on our way. So something like this will look good, and then catch a sell for a move down. And then yeah, if you're looking for buys, looks like a good area there too. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for now. Is another move lower, and then maybe a swing back to the highs, and the trend continues. But yeah, that's kind of how we act on NAS. But anyway, guys, we have come up to the end of the stream. I will be live again tomorrow, every day this week. I'll probably do a little NFP special as well, as we love to do it. Yeah, NFP special, and if I do have any other updates, I'll let you guys know about any other special streams after, but definitely one for NFP on Friday. Really do appreciate all of you guys coming onto the stream and chatting with me, dropping a like, subscribing, hitting the bell. All of that does really help out. Really do appreciate that. Thank you to my moderators as well for helping out as well. And of course, thank you to everyone else for coming onto the stream. Really do appreciate it. But I will be live again tomorrow, guys. So I will I'll see you guys there. If I do get any trade ideas, setups, I'll let you guys know in the Telegram there as well. So make sure you check it out. I'll probably post it on Discord too. But yeah, besides from that, guys, have a fantastic day. And I'll catch you all in the next one.